Have you ever met someone who's like a total angel in public, but behind closed doors, they're a completely different person, a monster even? Well, today, we're going to talk about exactly that, the two faces of manipulation. And more importantly, we're going to build a toolkit to help you protect yourself from it.
You know the type, right? That person who's one thing to the world, but someone completely different to the people they supposedly love. And dealing with it, wow, it is draining, it's confusing, and it can honestly leave you questioning your own sanity. So, to really get a handle on this, let's dive into a story that I think might sound very, very familiar to some of you.
So, let's meet Maya. Now, on the surface, Maya is the perfect friend, the perfect daughter-in-law. But her story, it's really a masterclass in the kind of subtle, two-faced manipulation we're talking about today.
Okay, so picture this. Maya's at home. She's got guests over. She's all smiles, all warmth. And she says this, loud enough for everyone to hear. She's painting this absolutely perfect picture of a devoted, loving family member. And that's her public face. Face number one.
And she keeps building this flawless image. But get this, right as she's saying family is everything, her phone lights up. It's a message from her own mother just asking her to call. Maya just glances down, deletes it without a second thought, and keeps her performance going. And just like that, her own mother's request is just gone. I mean, this isn't just hypocrisy, right? It's a huge window into what really matters to her. Okay, so the guests leave, the front door clicks shut, and bam! The entire atmosphere just shifts instantly. Her voice turns sharp, cold, demanding as she's talking to her in-laws. This is the private reality. This is face number two. The mask is completely off.
So, what is really going on here? Is Maya just having a bad day? Or is this something much, much deeper? Look, this isn't just a mood swing. It's a calculated pattern. So let's peel back the layers and take a look at the real anatomy of a manipulator.
This extreme split between a public self and a private self, it's not just some weird quirk. It is a classic, textbook sign of what psychologists often call covert narcissism. These people are absolute masters of disguise, living two totally separate emotional lives.
And this brings us to the core mechanic behind all of this, impression management. See, for someone like Maya, how things look is infinitely more important than how things actually are. You know, think about the person who's constantly posting on social media about how much they adore their partner, but in reality, the two of them barely even speak. That's impression management in action. The applause from strangers is worth so much more than the trust of the people closest to them.
And then you've got this wild tactic called projection. Remember how Maya was going on and on about caring for parents? Literally seconds after blowing off her own mom? Yeah, that is a textbook case. She projects her own neglect onto other people, not just to dodge her own guilt, but to actually position herself as being morally superior. It's a wild move.
And really, at the heart of all this is a profound, deep lack of empathy. I mean, to be able to treat people like they're just props in your own personal play, to just ignore a loved one's needs like that, you have to be completely disconnected from the pain you're causing. They just can't, or maybe they won't, register the emotional damage they're doing.
So, how can you spot this pattern in your own life? It's time to ask yourself some hard questions. Does this person seem to value power over people? Do they seem to love the idea of a relationship more than the real messy thing? Are they always playing the victim in public while behind the scenes they're desperate for control? That huge gap between their words and their actions, that's where the truth is hiding.
All right, so identifying this whole pattern, that's step one, a huge step. But now for the big question. What in the world do you actually do about it? Let's get into the most important part of this whole thing, your self-protection toolkit.
Okay, before we jump into any specific strategies, I need you to really let this one sink in. This is the foundation for everything else. You have got to let go of the hope that one day they'll see the light, or that maybe you can fix them. You can't. Your energy is so much more valuable when you spend it on changing your own approach and protecting your own peace of mind.
Now, this next one can be a really tough pill to swallow, but trust me, it is absolutely crucial. Do not get into an emotional showdown with them. It's a trap. They are masters of denial, of twisting your words, of playing the victim. You can walk in with a mountain of evidence, and you will walk out feeling confused, guilty, and like you were the one who did something wrong. It's a game you just can't win by playing their rules.
So instead of that head-on collision, you create distance. I want you to literally think of it like you're building a fortress around your emotional well-being. Every short, factual conversation is another stone in that wall. Every bit of personal info you don't share, every piece of drama you refuse to react to, just makes that wall stronger and stronger. Your non-reaction is what takes away their power. And this leads us to a really powerful strategy called the gray rock technique. The goal is super simple. You make yourself as boring and as unresponsive as a plain old gray rock. No big emotional reactions, no long-winded explanations, no arguing. Just short, factual, uninteresting replies. See, when they can't get that reaction they're craving, good or bad, they don't care which, they eventually get bored and have to go look for their drama somewhere else.
So, when you put it all together, what does this self-protection mindset really look like? Well, it's about remembering that their criticism, it's a reflection of them, not you. It's about building up a strong support system with people who actually see the real you. It's about keeping any communication you have to have strictly about logistics. And above all else, it's about staying calm. Your calm is your superpower. It is the one thing they cannot control or take away from you.
All of these tools, the emotional distance, the gray rock method, protecting your calm, they're all building toward one single goal: your mental and emotional peace. Because at the end of the day, this isn't about winning some kind of argument. It's about realizing you don't even have to play their game in the first place.
So if there's one thing you take away from all of this, let it be this. Stop listening to their beautiful words and start watching their consistent actions. The truth isn't in their promises, it's in their patterns. Over time, actions are the only language that really tells the truth.
And that leaves us with one final essential question. When you're dealing with a personality like this, you are often forced to choose. You can manage their image or you can protect your own well-being. So I'm going to leave you with this one question, a question you really have to ask yourself. Whose well-being are you going to prioritize? Because the answer to that, well, that changes everything.